Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone and call to order the September 13th, 2022 Albridge Township Council meeting. Can you please stand for a pledge of allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence and for our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment of silence to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, and for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And this evening, Mayor Henry would like to recognize someone for a moment of silence. Mayor?
Yes. Thank you, Council President, Council members, thank you. It is with a heavy heart I ask everyone tonight to remain standing as I acknowledge the passing of longtime employee and recently retired Karen Tortorici. Karen was dedicated, humble, she was caring, and truly loved what she did, but more importantly, who she did it for. And that was having and making a positive impact on the entire community. You see, Karen touched the lives of countless. We tried to figure it out, we can't. Countless school-age children, countless parents who are now have children in the system, guardians, and co-workers alike. As you all know, Karen led our municipal alliance. It is often said that two numbers associated with everyone upon their death is the date that they were born, the date that they entered this life, and the date they departed. In Karen's case, it was 1960 to 1922. But the true measure of everyone's life is what happens between those two dates and how much good you do and how many people are better because of your time that you spent with us. I know of no one who has done so much for so many. And to help us fill in that blank, I've asked Rosemary Rivoli, our Municipal Alliance Coordinator who took over for Karen upon her retirement, to help acknowledge what Karen has done over her life. So if you'll please help me before I call for a moment of silence.
Karen Tortorici had been the Municipal Alliance Coordinator for the Prevention of Substance Abuse for Albridge Township for over 27 years. During her career, she had worked for the administrations of Mayor Cannon, Mayor Phillips, Mayor Gillespie, and until her retirement in May of 2021, she worked for over 10 years with Mayor Henry. Her hard work and dedication had been her life's passion. The programs that she had implemented on drug intervention played a vital role in our schools and community. It is impossible to count the number of lives which Karen has touched. She partnered up with OBPD, with the Albridge Public and Parochial Schools, educating all of our children from first grade to 12th in the dangers of alcohol and drug abuse and misuse. Her compassion, her eagerness to help others, along with her guidance, knowledge, and all of her resources, had always had Karen on the front line when a member of our community was in need. She took much pride in her work, and she had spent decades making a difference in our community. Karen's larger-than-life smile and her unforgettable laughter will be terribly missed, and it is already. On behalf of the Municipal Alliance members, past and present, I would like to express our gratitude to have known and to have worked with Karen, and it is our pledge to continue on with her work, educating all of our children and community. Thank you.
Thank you. I would now ask for a moment of silence, please, for Karen Tortorici.
Thank you, everyone, for the moment of silence for Karen. Now we will have our prayer. Mr. Piscitty.
Let's pray. O Lord, bless your servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve you in this chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear thy voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us the strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. And grant us that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please be seated.
This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the newspaper, and notice of this meeting has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the council will be held on September 27, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. Roll call vote. Councilperson DeCaro. Present. Councilperson De Palma.
Here.
Councilperson Desai. Councilperson Garcia.
Present.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli. Present. Councilperson Murphy. Councilperson Pasquitti.
Here.
Councilperson Walker. Here. Council President Sohar.
Here. Good evening, everyone. We'll begin this evening with presentations, our police department promotions. Mayor Henry and Acting Chief Fritz.
Okay, thank you, everyone, and good evening. Before I start tonight's presentation, I'd like to congratulate Acting Chief Donald Fritz, who was also appointed as Acting Chief on September 1st. Please give Donald a round of applause, please. He's already been tested, and he passed every test with flying colors. We've had a number of events happen in town, and along with the department, we're in good hands. Thank you. Thanks, Don. I, along with Acting Chief Donald Fritz, am proud of the 6 police officers that we will be promoting tonight. Each one of these officers has committed to a career of public safety and to serving and protecting our community. They each have demonstrated a true meaning of professionalism, dedication, and commitment to their profession. Their promotions tonight are well-deserved, and I know they will continue to proudly represent our township and the Albridge Township Police Department. So thank you, everyone. We'll get started. Our first officer is Kurt Pines. Kurt Pines became an officer with the Albridge Police Department on April 11th, 1994. Prior to coming to Albridge, Kurt began his law enforcement career as a special law enforcement officer for the Seaside Police Department, Seaside Heights Police Department. He graduated from the Ocean County Academy with high honors and became a patrol officer with the Stafford Township Police Department. Kurt holds a bachelor's degree in political science from the Thomas Edison State College and a Master of Arts degree in Human Resources, Training and Development from Seton Hall University. During his 28 years with the department, Kurt has served as a patrol officer, a special operations officer, a school resource officer, a field training officer, and a patrol coordinator for the Field Training Officers Program. He has also served as a domestic violence instructor with the Domestic Violence Liaison to the county. Kurt has served on the executive board of PBA Local 127, Lodge 22, and is currently serving on the executive board of PBA Local 127A. Over the years, Kurt has been a recipient of the department's Life-Saving Award and has received many departmental awards, as well as letters of appreciation from residents for his service. Kurt was promoted to sergeant on June 1st, 2010. He was appointed acting lieutenant on June 1st, 2018, and to the rank of lieutenant on June 8th, 2018. On September 1st of this year, he was appointed acting captain. Kurt's promotion tonight to the rank of captain is an indication of professionalism and commitment to the public safety of our residents and our community, and will enable him to continue to be a role model to the men and women of this department. Tonight, it is my honor to promote Acting Captain Kurt Pines to the rank of captain within the Albridge Police Department. Oh, there she is.
I state your name.
Kurt Pines,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established
to the same and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of my position
all the duties of my position
of police captain for the Township of Albridge
of police captain for the Township of Ordinance
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, I would ask Michael Snee to please join us. Looking good, Michael, looking good. Michael Snee began his law enforcement career in 1995 with the Monmouth County Sheriff's Department as a corrections officer. He was sworn in on August 22, 1996 with the Albridge Police Department and attended the New Jersey State Police Academy in Seagirt. He holds an associate's degree in criminal justice from Brookdale Community College. Mike was promoted to the rank of sergeant in June 2011, acting lieutenant on February 1st, 2019, lieutenant on February 11th, 2019, and was appointed acting captain on September 1st this year. During his career with the Albridge Police Department, Mike has served the department in many capacities. He transferred from the Patrol Bureau to the Detective Bureau, where he served as a narcotics detective for 5 years. He was a field training officer, a domestic violence liaison to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, a domestic violence instructor for the Department of Certified Motor Officers since 2011, and a Methods of Instruction Certified Police Instructor. In cooperation with the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, Mike served as an investigator with the county's Narcotics Task Force and the New Jersey State Police Street Gangs Unit. He was an instructor for the statewide Narcotics Task Force for the Top Gun Narcotics and Undercover Narcotics Investigating Training courses. Mike received the FBI Leader Trilogy Award for graduating the FBI Leader Supervisor Leadership Institute, Command Institute for Law Enforcement Executives, and Executive Leadership Institute. In addition to all the above, Mike has received the Department's Award of Excellence, Merit Award, Unit Citation, and a State of New Jersey General Assembly Citation for his outstanding police work. He has been recognized for his service through the many letters of appreciation, commending his actions and providing assistance to the public and the residents of our town in their time of need. Michael Snee's commitment, dedication, professionalism to public service has been demonstrated throughout his career. The promotion he received this evening will enable him to continue to be an asset to the Albridge Police Department, as well as a role model for our new officers. Accompanying Mike for his promotion this evening is his wife Jennifer, his daughter Lauren, his son Colin. So it is my pleasure to promote Acting Captain Michael Snee to the rank of captain. Family's here, come on up.
Right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Snee,
Do solemnly swear that I will support
do solemnly swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
And that I will-
impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of my position
all the duties of my position
of police captain for the Township of Oldbridge
of police captain for the Township of Albridge
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Our next promotion is Thomas Montagna. Thomas took the oath of office with the department on July 1st, 1999. Tom's law enforcement career began with Spotswood Police Department, where he served for 6 years prior to coming to Albridge. He holds an associate degree in criminal justice from Middlesex County College. In 2005, Tom was transferred to the Patrol Bureau to the Detective Bureau. In January 2007, in conjunction with the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Task Force, he served with the Prosecutor's Office for 1 year. Upon his return to Albridge, he was assigned to Narcotics Bureau. In July 2007, Tom was selected to receive the Honorable Service Award from the Monmouth and Ocean County Intelligence Bureau. His keen observation skills and recollection enabled him to provide information and to make an arrest of the subject in a closed and unsolved case. Tom was assigned as acting sergeant on July 2015 and promoted to sergeant on October 15, 2015. His appointment to acting lieutenant took place on September 1st of this year. In September 2018, Tom was instrumental in establishing the school security program, which led to Albridge's being forefront in school security. Throughout his 23 years of service, he has received many departmental commendations, including the Unit Citation Award and letters of gratitude from the public for his assistance and support. And again, tonight it is my honor to promote Acting Lieutenant Thomas Montagna to the rank of Lieutenant within the Albridge Police Department.
I state your name.
I, Thomas Montagna,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of my position
all the duties of my position
of Police Lieutenant for the Township of Oldbridge
of Police Lieutenant for the Township of Albridge
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Our next promotion goes to Richard Telco. On July 1st, 1999, Richard Telco took his oath of office with the Albridge Police Department. Prior to coming to Albridge, Rich was an officer with the South River Police Department. As a new officer with the OBPD, Rich served with the department's patrol division until March 3rd, 2003, when he was transferred to the Detective Bureau. As a detective, he handled various cases involving fatal accident investigations, criminal investigations, and juvenile investigations. On September 10, 2015, he returned to his duties with the Patrol Bureau and was sworn in as sergeant on January 23, 2017. On September 1st of this year, Rich was appointed acting lieutenant. During his career, he has achieved many departmental commendations and letters of gratitude from public for his assistance and support in their time of need. Tonight it is my honor to promote Acting Lieutenant Rich Telco to the rank of lieutenant within the Albridge Police Department.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Richard Telco,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of my position
all the duties of my position
of Police Lieutenant for the Township of Albridge
of Police Lieutenant for the Township of Albridge
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Our next promotion is Trevor Hogney. Trevor, get this. Trevor took his oath of office with the Albridge Police Department on July 24th, 2002. Trevor graduated from the John Stamler Police Academy, where he completed his basic training for police officer. Upon his return to the department, he was assigned as a patrol officer. On October 2018, Trevor was transferred as a temporary assignment with the Detective Bureau and was promoted to detective on January 31st, 2019. Trevor remained with the Bureau until his appointment as acting sergeant on September 1st of this year. He is the recipient of the Chief's Letter of Recommendation and Excellent Police Duty Award. Through his 22 years as a patrol officer and detective, Trevor has received numerous letters of appreciation from residents expressing their appreciation for his assistance for their time, in their time of need. With tonight's promotion to the rank of sergeant, I know Trevor will continue to serve our community with professionalism and dedication. It is my honor this evening to promote Trevor Hogney to the rank of sergeant.
I state your name.
I, Trevor Hogney,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of my position
all the duties of my position
of Police Sergeant for the Township of Albridge
of Police Sergeant for the Township of Albridge
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, our next promotion officer could not be with us tonight. He's had an emergency, and we certainly can keep him and his family in our thoughts and prayers. But I would like to read John Santora, a bio here in front of you, and he will be promoted, I promise you, as soon as he is available. John Santora began as an officer with the Albridge Police Department when he was sworn in on January 26, 2004. John completed his police training at the John Stamler Police Academy in June of 2004 and returned to the department to begin his law enforcement career. He remained with the Patrol Bureau until his assignment as a school resource officer on August 25, 2014. John is currently the coordinator of the school resource officers and the Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officers School Security. John was appointed acting sergeant on September 1st, 2022. In the course of John's 18 and a half years of service, he has received a life-saving award, a unit citation award, and a number of appreciating letters from residents throughout our community. I have no doubt that with this promotion to the rank of sergeant, John will continue his commitment to public safety and the quality of life for the residents of our community. As I said, as soon as he becomes available, he will be promoted. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you all the guys that are here, men and women of the Albridge Police Department. Everyone in town appreciates your efforts, and we look forward to doing this again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That will conclude our promotions. We'd like to congratulate all the officers and their families and wish them all good luck. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Okay, we'll be resuming shortly. We're just waiting to let the public leave, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the meeting. Okay, thank you, everyone, for being patient. We just wanted to give a moment to let everybody leave. Next, we're going on to hearings. The first is bond reduction, K. Hovnanian at Albridge, 2, LLC, Block 7110, Lots 1 and 2, Block 7126, Lots 1 through 43, Block 7127, Lots 1 through 13, Block 7128, Lots 122. Good evening, Mrs. Shapiro. How are you this evening?
Hi, Council President. We're here tonight because K. Hovnanian, who are building the single-family homes at the rear of the
Yes.
Oaks One residential development, are asking for a bond reduction. These are roads that are off of Astor Circle. Astor Circle is actually off of Schulmeister Road, which is off of Route 9. So the residential homes are located off of Astor Circle and include roadways called La Bella Lane, Hibiscus Court, Viola Way, and include right now 57 homes that have received COs. They're single-family detached. The applicant is asking for a reduction on the original bond that was posted. The original bond was in the amount of $2,202,120.94, of which 10% was in the form of cash, $220,212.09. We have inspected the bonded site improvements. We found that the applicant has constructed about 76% of that which was bonded. We recommend, as per state statute, 70% reduction of his total bond. So that brings the amount down to, in the form of bond, from the $1.981 million to $594,572.65. And then for the cash portion, it would be a reduction by $66,063.63 for a cash return of $154,148.46. Environmental resolution are our inspectors on site. They are there daily inspecting not only the bonded improvements, but then also the infrastructure improvements along the roadways. The applicant's attorney is here, and I invite him to introduce himself.
Good evening, everyone. Peter Klauser with the firm Heilbrunn Pate on behalf of K. Hovnanian. We've had the opportunity to review Ms. Shapiro, well, actually, environmental resolutions letter, but also Ms. Shapiro's analysis. We agree with it. We agree with the 70% reduction. That's what the statute permits. You have to hold 30. So we would just ask that you act favorably on it and remind the council this is a reduction only. We're still on the hook. We'll have to return to you for a final to have the bond released completely.
And Mrs. Shapiro, you are agreeing with this?
We are, and everything that is bonded that has been completed to date has been done satisfactorily.
Okay. And you agree with what Mrs. Shapiro's findings are, correct?
We do.
Okay. Does anyone from the council have a question or a comment? Seeing no, I'll open it up to the public. Is there anyone here in the public who wishes to be heard on this bond reduction? Seeing no hands, I will close public portion, and I will ask for a motion.
I'll move it.
Okay, moved by Mr. De Palma and seconded by Mr. Pasquetti.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Based on the engineer's recommendation, I'm going to vote yes.
Councilperson Pasquetti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you, Mrs. Shapiro.
Okay, so I did just want to make an announcement about the next few items on the agenda under liquor licenses. that we do have representatives, I believe, from every license that is on the agenda for either renewal or transfer. So if anybody has questions at the end, they can speak, or before we take a vote, that you may come up and speak.
Okay, our first liquor license is a resolution approving liquor license renewal for plenary retail consumption, license number 1209-33-007-009, Coy Albridge Group, LLC, for the 21-22 license year. We have someone from there, from Coy here this evening?
No Coy? Okay, I'm supposed to be here, but we can still.
Okay, what is the pleasure of the council? I know a lot of times they want to see, the individuals here.
There's no objection or anything, but they do normally make them come.
Okay?
Make a motion to table it.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so a motion to table was made by Mr. Peschetti and seconded by Mr. Murphy. Okay.
Roll call to table the resolution. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai? Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yeah, I can't hear.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Yes.
Table.
Councilperson Peschetti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
So now the next three are also
Two.
related to Coy, correct?
So if we do that, we have to table all three.
Okay. So do we need individual motions, Ken, to table all three?
Individual. They're all the same group, right? Do we want individuals?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
One's their 21 renewal, one's their 22, 23 renewal, and then one's a transfer.
Okay. Next is resolution approving liquor license renewal for plenary consumption license number 1209-33-007-009, Coy Albridge Group LLC for the 2022-23 license year.
Motion to table.
Second.
Okay, so motion was made by Mrs. Walker, second by Mr. Peschetti to table.
Roll call to table said resolution. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai? Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Peschetti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Next will be resolution approving a person-to-person liquor license transfer, liquor license number 1209-33-007-008 from Coy Albridge Group LLC to Albridge Holdings II LLC.
Motion to table.
Second.
Okay, motion to table by Mrs. Walker, second by Mr. Peschetti.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Peschetti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Resolution approving person-to-person transfer for license number 1209-44-049-004 from Albridge Liquors, Inc. to Albridge Liquor LLC. Good evening.
Jason Mandia from Stone Mandia. I'm here on behalf of the applicant.
Okay.
We have Patel here as well, who is one of the principals, in case you have any questions.
Okay. Did they meet all the requirements? Is everything in order? Okay. Does anyone from the council have any question or comment? Okay, then I'll take a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Walker, second by Mr. Peschetti.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Peschetti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much for attending. Next is resolution approving a person-to-person liquor license transfer, liquor license number 1209-33-035-007 from Chi-Chi 35 Corporation to Route 35 Associates LLC. Good evening.
Mark Kazaz of Rudnick, Edenizio, Papin, Kazaz, on behalf of the applicant, also present is the principal of Route 35 Associates, Anthony Scalera. Do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you very much. Is everything in order?
Everything's in order? Yes.
Okay. Does any council member have a question? No? Then I'll ask for a motion.
I'll move it.
Okay, moved by Mr. Desai, second by
I'll second.
Dr. Greenberg Belli. It's a little hard to hear with this. Last.
Okay, roll call. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you for being here. Next will be our bill list, resolution authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Township of Albridge. Mrs. Walker.
Accounts payable, September 13, 2022, $21,780,896.97. Payroll, August 19, 2022, $1,064,706.93. Payroll overtime, August 19, 2022, $36,697.80. Payroll, September 2nd, 2022, $900.60. Payroll overtime, September 2nd, 2022, $48,769.56. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Shaw, do you have a breakdown of the overtime, please?
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to give you a breakdown for both payroll,
Please,
overtime. First one is August 19. As Councilwoman Walker indicated, the total overtime for that pay period was $36,697.80. There is no uptick in any other department. For the police department, the total overtime per sworn officer was $24,770.36. Deduct grant, $5,994.82. Deduct ETO, $1,677.46. The net overtime for this pay period was $17,098.09, representing 327 men and women hours. There was no pandemic cost during this pay period. There were 2 officers injured on duty or light duty, and 1 officer was quarantined. For the September 2nd, 2022 pay period, again, as Councilwoman Walker indicated, total overtime was $48,769.56. There was an uptick in recreation, primarily for the Saltwater Day celebration. The total sworn officers' overtime was $32,964.18. Deduct grants, $7,427.03. Deduct ETO, $3,335.07. The net overtime was $22,202.08, representing 377 men and women hours. There were 2 officers injured on duty or light duty, and there was no officer quarantined during this pay period. That concludes my report, Council President.
Okay.
Move
Thank
it.
you, Mr. Shaw. All right, moved by Mr. Pescetti,
Second.
second by Mr. Murphy.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Walker. Next will be appointments, a resolution appointing a member to the Housing Authority. Do I have a nomination?
I nominate Denise Ravodi.
I second that.
So nominated by
Anita.
Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Pasquitti.
Roll call on the appointment of is it Denise Roviti to the Housing Authority? Roll call, Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Excuse me, I couldn't hear the name.
It's Karen Roviti.
No, it's Denise
Denise
Roviti.
Roviti.
Yes.
Sent out the
Yes. Everybody received her citizen leadership application? Correct? Okay. Councilperson Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
yes.
9 yeses.
Okay. Next will be approval of minutes of previous meeting, resolution approving special council meeting minutes, and executive meeting minutes of June 28th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. Walker.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Next will be public hearing and/or adoption amendment of those ordinances for second reading. H1, ordinance establishing a new Article 3 in Chapter 325 of the Code of the Township of Albridge entitled Electric Vehicle Charging Stations. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. De Palma and second by Mrs. DeCaro. Do we have any comment from the council people? No, I'll open it to the public. Is anyone here from the public wish to be heard on this ordinance for second reading? Seeing no hands, I will close the public portion.
So roll call on the approval of the electric vehicle charging station ordinance. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Abstain.
Councilperson Pasquitti?
No.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes,
So we had 1 abstention, 1 no.
1 no.
and 7 yeses.
right. Next is H2, ordinance of the Township of Albridge, County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing private sale and transfer of township-owned real property more commonly referred to as Block 21001, Lot 4.11, to Visions Albridge 4 Urban Renewal Entity, LLC, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C and NJSA 40A:12A:8. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. De Palma, second by Mrs. Walker. Is there anyone on council who wishes to ask a question? Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this second reading ordinance? Seeing no hands, I will close it to the public and ask for a roll call.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Next will be H3, ordinance implementing the provisions of Title 39, New Jersey Motor Vehicle Statutes, Subtitle 1, with various traffic regulations applicable to Woodhaven Village, Section 2, A section of Woodhaven Boulevard, McCormick Avenue North, McCormick Avenue South, Horan Court, Gonzales Drive, and Wright Court, regulating the use of said roadways. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Pasquitti, second by Mr. De Palma. I will now ask, is there anyone counsel for a question?
What are the specific regulations here? I'm just,
Speeding.
I don't know if it's in there and I'm not reading it, or if anybody can.
Yeah, I'll let Mrs. Shapiro.
Sure, thank you.
Okay?
These roads are actually in the Woodhaven development, and they're still under performance guarantee, so they're considered basically private because they're under the direction of the developer. So people have moved in, and they would like, speeding enforced, and they would like, tickets written for that. So to do that, the police department needs to have Title 39 jurisdiction to do that. This would give them that opportunity. Now, probably in the next couple meetings, I'll be here for a release of the performance guarantee for two of the developments on either side of Woodhaven that some of the roads are listed. However, after that, there's a 2-year maintenance period until which time the township would take over those roads. So we would need Title 39 for not only now, but for the 2-year maintenance period after we release the performance guarantee.
I understand. Thank you so much for that explanation.
Okay, you're good? Okay. Anyone else have a question? No? I'll open it up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to be heard on this bond, this H3? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll close the public portion and ask for a vote.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Ordinances for first reading, FR1, Ordinance Amending Chapter 169, Festivals, Mass Gatherings of the Code of the Township of Albridge. Do I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mrs. Walker for first reading.
Roll call vote. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli. Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
Motion approved, 9 yeses. Public hearing set for September 27th, 2022.
Number 27th, okay, thank you. Next will be our consent agenda. I will ask for a motion in a second, and then we will go to separations.
Move it.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Mr. Pescetti. Now we'll go for separations.
Councilperson DeCaro, any items for separation?
None, thank you.
Councilperson DePalma.
C15, please.
15. Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Any items for separation?
No.
Councilperson Garcia.
None, thank you.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
C24.
Councilperson Murphy.
No.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
No separations, thank you.
Councilperson Walker.
No, thank you.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes, C19, I'd just like Mrs. Shapiro to give an explanation as to why there was the increase, even though it is a grant, but there is an increase. So we'll go for the balance, please.
Roll call vote. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes. Good evening.
Councilwoman Sohar, I believe you were talking about Phillips Drive.
Yes.
There's a fuel price index adjustment. So fuel and asphalt has gone up. When we bid the project, we awarded in the month of December of last year.
Yep.
Then we start in spring. I asked them to hold off to paving until the summer months so that school was closed.
Yep.
That even went up even further. So I kind of...
Yep. I get it. I just want to make sure people realize that, there's such an escalation in prices for things like, the macadam and so on, that it's very difficult. You're doing a great job. I just want people to know that if you see an increase like that, this is the reasoning behind it. I mean, everything has really escalated in price over the last year, and now it seems to be like really runaway. Yeah. So I just wanted people to realize that, we take it seriously, and unfortunately, we're going to finish all our commitments. We always will, but it did go up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so we'll just divert. We'll go to C19 first, and then we'll go to Mr. DePalma. Okay, so I'll make a motion for C19.
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. DePalma.
Roll call vote on item number C19. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Next will be C15, Mr. De Palma.
The only question I had on this, so it looks like it's six different properties that we're reducing taxes on. Was it just, it says it's a clerical error with these tax appeals, or?
Okay. Mrs. Swoboda will give us a, hi, good evening, Dawn.
These 6 properties had filed county board judgments in 2021 and had their assessments reduced. And when that happens, there's a freeze act that their assessments can't be raised for the next 2 years, I believe. And in error, their assessments were never lowered. So they're in the book at that higher rate. And of course, when people get the postcard in February, they don't pay attention to that. It's not till they get the tax bill in July that now they're like, hey, why didn't my taxes go down? So this was the only avenue. Brian couldn't file an appeal, any other type of relief. So I told him I can't arbitrarily say, hey, you know, you get back the money. So we need the resolution for it.
Thank you, Dawn. Yep, I'll move it.
Second.
Belli.
Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Next will be C24, Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes. Excuse me. Can I please have an explanation of this? Of from finance for the resolution guarantor payment loan. C24.
That's the resolution approving.
I can certainly do that. This is basically a renewal of the agreement when YMCA was constructed. There was a tri-part agreement between the township, the YMCA, and the Amboy Bank, who had loaned the project, you know, and after the completion, the construction loan and the completion and loan. The reason we are involved is because the land is owned by us. The building construction, there was a contribution from county grant, and also the township has contributed to that. So the idea was that if any reason YMCA defaults on that, it will ultimately return back to the township, and we don't lose the building or the land. And so that's why the agreement was struck. It was a tri-part agreement, but part of it is that the payment of loan it was supposed to be done by YMCA from the revenue they generate. But, you know, because it was a revenue bank, they needed a guarantee, and township had agreed to provide the guarantee. The loan, while it's a long-term loan, it gets renewed every 7 years. So this is the 7th year renewal, and so we have to now re-guarantee the same loan that we had guaranteed 7 years back. So that's the process with this loan. Should anything happens with YMCA, or they decide not to continue, then the facility will be returned to the township. And the idea was back then that will become a recreation facility, township recreation facility in some way. So.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. But there's no problem with them paying the loan?
No, they're continuing to pay the bills. They're maintaining the building. They're operating that. They did. I don't know if I thought it was done through the council resolution a couple of years back when because of pandemic they had they did, like any other business, they hit financial hardship because there was nobody going to the YMCA, so they didn't have the revenue. The bank agreed to extend the time and gave them, and then township agreed that. So, but they're back in operation. They're paying they're making the payments, and so there is no financial issue currently.
Okay, and they have a board that oversees there's members of the board that oversees the YMCA.
Right.
And so just so we're in good standing and stuff, and so it's like we co-signed where if there's a problem, it comes back to us.
Right,
And then we're
absolutely.
responsible for it.
That's the whole purpose, that we continue to guarantee this and make sure that, we are aware of it in the default situation. The bank's responsibility to notify us immediately.
Okay, thank you for that explanation.
One other thing, I was on the redevelopment agency, and every month there was a line item in the budget for the YMCA. So it's an ongoing thing.
As part of the redevelopment agency's financial, we incorporate their payment to us in the budget, and then we incorporate payment to the bank. It's kind of in and out bookkeeping requirement from the state, so we carry that in a redevelopment agency's budget.
Do you know how the board members are picked for the YMCA?
I believe they are appointed by the YMCA board. The YMCA is, I believe it's a freehold Red Bank, they're a conglomerate of YMCA. Their board then appoints for the Aldridge YMCA. I couldn't tell you exactly because we haven't been involved in the process.
Okay. All right, any other question on that C-24? Okay, so I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Okay, moved by Dr. Greenberg-Belli, second by Mr. Pescetti.
Mr. Pescetti?
Yeah, please.
Roll call on item number C-24 on the consent agenda. Councilperson DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma.
Yes.
Councilperson Desai.
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg-Belli. Yes. Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pescetti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes. Okay, next will be a report of the Township Clerk.
No report, Council
Okay.
President.
Report of the Township Attorney.
None at this time, thank you.
Okay, and Administrative Report, Mr. Shaw.
Yes, at this time. Thank you, Council President. The administrative report for September 13, 2022. Item number 1, property tax reimbursement senior freeze forms. The deadline to file the 2021 PTR form with the state of New Jersey is October 31st, 2022. Application must be postmarked by this date. For additional information, residents should contact the State of New Jersey Division of Taxation at 1-800-882-6597 or the Division of Tax Collection at 732-721-5600, extension 2999. Item number 2, fall TV pickup. There will be a township-wide pickup of television this October. Pickups in Ward 1, 2, and 3 will be on Tuesday, October 11th, and pickup in Ward 4, 5, and 6 will be on Thursday, October 13th. Residents should email recycling@oldbridge.com for more information and to make an appointment. Item number 3, Coastal Cleanup Day. This Saturday, September 17, we have 6 groups from Mayor Henry's Clean Team cleaning up our local beaches for International Coastal Cleanup Day. Group will split up along Raritan Bay to clean the Lawrence Harbor beachfront, Pirate Cove, and Paul's Beach. Local nonprofit organizations should contact the Clean Communities Coordinator if they are interested in signing up for next year. Email recycling@oldbridge.com or call extension 6107 for more details. Item number 4, Parks and Recreation. The fall program guide is now available to view online. Registration open September 15th at 6 p.m. Item number 5, Old Bridge Day. Join us Saturday, September 24th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. for the annual Old Bridge Day celebration. This year we'll have vendors, food, live entertainment, as well as the children's amusements. Item number 6, Police Department. On behalf of Mayor Henry, we would like to congratulate the following officers on their recent promotion. Kurt Pines, Captain; Michael Snee, Captain; Thomas Montagna, Lieutenant; Richard Telco, Lieutenant; John Santoro, Sergeant; Trevor Hogney, Sergeant. Also, the Police Department is currently in the process of conducting employment protocols for the hiring of 4 new police officers and a special law enforcement officer Class 3, and Class 2. That concludes my report, Council President.
Does anyone have a question or a comment for Mr. Shaw? Okay, yes, Mr. Garcia.
Mr. Shaw, what time does the coastal cleanup day start on Saturday? Do you know what time?
8 a.m.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? If not, I'll ask for a
Move
motion. Moved by Mr. Murphy and second by Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Roll call vote on the acceptance of the administrative report. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson De Palma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy?
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti?
Yes.
Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar? 9 yeses.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes. No, but you're going to say
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in the consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Aldridge Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public should approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining any comment until the speaker has finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. Township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting.
Okay, is there anyone in the public who wishes to come up and be heard this evening?
Stand here, or do you want us to sit down?
Whatever you prefer.
Yes, please.
Please. Thank you.
Clock, yes. Hi, it's lovely to see you guys. It's been a summer of fun, I hope. You guys look lovely. I was very excited to see that you guys are considering naming streets for people in town who did work in our town, and I wanted you guys to bring into consideration a person who's worked in this town. Oh, I forgot to give you my name and address publicly. Nina Joknowitz, West Greystone Road, Aldridge. Sorry. Anyway, of course, there's a number of people in this town who've been amazing. We all know them. But, and that would be lovely if we could rename streets for. I mean, remember, former Assemblyman Flynn got us the hospital, right? He's still alive, thankfully. He's still alive. But, you know, we can name streets after people who are living. They don't have to just be dead. That said, we recently deceased, I don't know if you guys know this, Mike Spina. He was the president of the Kiwanis Club, right? The Kiwanis Club. Does everybody know what that was? That was a club that helped all the little children in town and around the area. He was on the Economic Development Committee. He was the one who brought in the hotel. He was also the one who was part of the, I'm sorry, this is really, yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. It was the feedback given to me. He was also one of the people who was responsible for the properties that you guys are going to be building the golf course for, right? Wasn't he part of the whole Green Acres funds, or that, what is that? I don't know how many acres that was. But he was part of that. But I really think that, you know, he was very involved in this town, and I'm not, you know, political parties aside, of course, because I don't want to speak to that, but he has done so much for this town, for the children in this town. And I think actually, Mayor Henry, you sat on a board with him, didn't you, on the Kiwanis Club? I'm pretty sure I remember that. Anyway, it would be really fabulous if you could, you know, honor him, even as a temporary name of a street. That would be fabulous. I'm going to come up here pretty much every other week with names of people I think that you guys should consider. There are a lot of really great people around town. I think every one of us could find a really great person. and consider that. I know I have a few more seconds, I think. I haven't seen the resolution that you're bringing forward on for a vote by the people that was being worked on, that Charlie brought, about 2,000 signatures, so that we could get this town to negotiate a better environmental electricity, better prices, clean energy. I know, Catherine, you're looking at me like, I understand. But I'm wondering if Mr. Lozer has been working on it, and when we're going to get a copy of what you guys are going to put out, and when are you going to put it out, so that people can start to hear about that? Anyway, you look lovely, everybody. Hope it was a good summer. One more thing, I know it's 3 minutes are up. You could bring it back to 5 minutes, and then it would be easier. I mean, if it's only me talking, God forbid, you actually brought it back to 5 minutes like we used to have. I know you don't want to hear my voice, but otherwise, I mean, perhaps.
Amazing. Oh, okay. Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard? No? Okay, seeing no hands, then I will close the public portion. Next are discussion ordinances. The first one is hunting on township-owned property. Mr. Shaw?
We're talking about the hunting? Yes. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that, this is back on the discussion ordinance, because I think there was a discussion a while back when we had a problem with the Cedar Ridge property. We have secured that property, but there's plenty of township-owned land throughout the town. Now, we need to decide how we're going to handle those things right now. The options are, you said no hunting on any township property, or you can create the list of property where people can do hunt, and then, but with that, we have to make sure there's a process, there's a permit issued, and then people can go on those property on a limited number of people basis. That's, the concern I have is that if we don't have any regulation, people are going there, somebody's injured on our property, something happens, we have a liability concern. And I think it's in these days where, we need to start addressing, making sure that if we're going to allow that it's not an open season to any property anywhere. I think we need to be cognizant. I think we did have a discussion, internal discussion. Casey has volunteered, if council preferences to allow certain properties, that we would do the evaluation, bring back to you where is physically possible. I can tell you, Cedar Ridge property is not conducive for that. Yeah. So we would ban that. There are other open space area, township has wooded area where there are close proximity of the residential. We shouldn't permit those. But there are other properties that could be qualified that we can bring to your attention, and then you make a decision. But I think that overall we need to decide whether we want to allow or just a general ban on any township property, which makes it easy and simple for administration. But if we're not, then we need to create a process permit. Casey is looking into that in terms of other towns, how they permit and how they allow and where they secure the properties. Also, I believe county is permitting. County has parks. I think Phillips Park area is allowed. You have to take permit from them. But they do have resources to deal with it within those property area where a park ranger can take steps necessary to make sure secure that. We're going to have to think about that also. I think Mayor has some more
Sure,
points.
sure, Council. You asked us a few meetings ago to look into this. We've did a little bit. I know Kenny Lozier looked around at the statutes, and this strictly applies to township-owned land. We can't regulate private property if people want to hunt, as long as they follow the rules governed by the state. What other towns have done, similar to what Mr. Shah has mentioned, they've allocated parts of township land which they feel is suitable for hunting. And they allow hunting. Some towns have restricted their hunting to only bow hunting, no firearms discharged on properties. So I think if we put a map up and we can go over all the land, and there's quite a bit of it that the township does own, some of the land is suitable for hunting. And please keep in mind, hunting is still very active and alive here in Albridge. A lot of people do hunt. So I think we need to somewhere find a balance, or as Mr. Shad said, just ban it completely throughout the whole town. I don't know if that's even enforceable with the amount of land that we do own. If someone is hunting back there, we wouldn't even know it. And all that liability, still remains with us. So if we can have a hunt that it's done safely with permitting at the local level. I've talked to some people in our departments. I've talked to the police. They're willing to put in the effort that it would take to monitor someone who is hunting, that if that person doesn't come out of the woods at night, we know somebody is missing. If they go in too early, they know that they're illegal hunting. So there's a lot of options that you can do as a council. Obviously, you make the laws. We have to enforce them. So you'd give us a little direction if you would like us to pursue somewhere of a hybrid model, copy some other towns, and keep in mind that Albridge is 40-something square miles. So there's a lot of land. And sometimes hunting is beneficial to reduce the population of animals and protect the wildlife. So protects the motor vehicle accidents, the damage done to landscaping. There's so many arguments you can make either way. So just let us know what direction you want to take, and we'll come back with a plethora of information.
Okay, so we'll start over here. Mr. Pescetti, you had your hand up.
Yes. How many hunting injuries in the last 5 years?
How many?
In Oldbridge Township property owned land. How many hunting injuries in the last 5 years?
Nothing that we know reported.
I'm only aware of one event. There was no injury involved, but it was a discharge of a firearm on township land that went astray. That was an incident that happened less than 5 years ago. That was on township land where a firearm went off and it entered somebody's home.
Okay,
and that was dealt with, prosecuted, everything was determined. I don't know of any injuries that we're aware of. I don't believe we reported any missing persons or anyone being injured that we've had to go get, whether or not they occurred and they just didn't tell anyone about it. But I'm not aware of any. But we can double check that with the police.
Right. We'll get back to you with any police report, Chief.
The second question I have is, if we were to do something like this, see, where I'm coming from is the way I look at it as, it's not our land, it's the residents' land. It belongs to the people, okay? And if the people want to hunt, then they should have the right to hunt. Now, we can restrict their hunting, distance from schools or distance from homes. It could be reasonable.
That's already regulated.
It is.
Fish and wild game have certain distances, depending on what type of hunting you're doing, within residencies, buildings.
So there's already a regulation.
Yes.
Okay. So, look, I would rather side with freedom
I
than...
just want to caution you, your statement that it's the land of the Albridge residence owner, and I agree with you on that. But if you don't have any kind of a regulations or control, it doesn't necessarily all the Albridge residents will go into this land. So we need to create some standard, some procedure saying it has to be township residents to hunt.
I hear what you're saying. It's a philosophy difference. I tend to side on the side of freedom to allow the people to roam the land the way they want to roam. I mean, within reason, obviously. We have other vagrant issues, ordinances that don't allow people just to pitch a tent and right? So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, like, our residents, we have a lot of hunters, a lot of people that like to go deer hunting, whether it's with a bow or with a long gun, whatever. And I would not want the government to come down on the resident and not allow them to continue their freedom of hunting on public property. I mean, why do we have to control? I mean, is that what this is about? Is that the government has to control the people?
We are not saying not control. But we need to be cognizant. It's the same people that you're referring to. There is a liability that could be monumental. So it's a choice to make. That's why this discussion is going on.
That's why
Nobody's saying nobody. That's an option. If you don't want to take that option, okay.
Are you in search of a problem? Is that what it is? I mean, you're looking for a problem?
No.
Are you anticipating a problem?
No, we had, this all started, if you recall, there was a complaint in the area. People were going in that with the vehicles that it's not permitted in a green.
We're talking about hunting, though. We're not talking about four-wheel drive vehicles.
That was the purpose. That was the reason they were entering in to go hunting in that. And when we went in, Casey can tell you, we found tires and garbage and everything in this Green Acres land that is restricted on how you're supposed to use. So if you say, hey, don't do any law, I'm okay with it. It's your call.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else on my right? Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Okay. For me, it's about safety. And that safety is paramount, and that is first. And it's dangerous if you don't take all this into consideration. First of all, when people hunt in an area that's not posted for hunting, that's dangerous. When they post in an area that's hunt in an area without a permit or not anyone's knowledge of them going in there, that's dangerous. Then people put tree stands in there that are permanent. That's dangerous to the vegetation, to the trees. So people have to be aware that also Middlesex County has 7 designated areas for hunting. And there's no cost to get a permit. You just go up to a road, you can get the permit. Then there's a season for hunting. So also, if you go ahead on New Jersey Fish and Wildlife website, you will learn, although a Green Acres property may allow hunting, but there's not signage. And so when they have them on these parklands, in fact, just you heard from Mr. Shaw, in Albridge, Phillips is a county park, and they allow hunting there. Maybe a lot of people didn't even know that. But what happens when they hunt there, the hunters, not only that, the people that all participants, hunters hunt at their own risk. No hunter visitors are allowed in these areas. You have to wear an orange blaze. There's no hunting on Sunday also, and there's no hunting on Christmas Day. So non-hunting visitors are not only, they're encouraged to wear this orange blaze in that area. So there's a lot to control this. Also, as far as the county, which people may not know, that they also have, when you shoot a deer, if you want to donate it, it's like you can use that meat and go to a food bank also. It's a high level of protein, low fat meat, and they have a staging time where they have a refrigerator truck, that they'll take the meat. So there are a lot of things done in this county, but what happened was we were getting a lot of complaints that people are going on properties, no one even knows that they're going on there, treating it as their own, putting a gate up with a chain, and driving cars back there. Just like they said, they found cars in areas, debris, and then they make it this permanent tree stand. Like, actually, hunters are allowed in these parks, and there's 7 of them in Middlesex County, 60 minutes, 1 hour before the park opens, and they must be out, by 60 minutes after. For actually Monmouth County, if people live in Albridge, we're right on the border where Frenue Park, we're off of Greenwood. They have hunting there. So there are a lot of areas available. I believe in deer management. I believe in conservation. I believe also if there's so many deer, obviously vegetation's ruined, other animals, it cuts down on songbirds and different wildlife. So, but there are entities that manage this. Our county manages it quite well, and also our the state Fish and Wildlife. But to me, this is all about safety. That no one knew that what is going on until all of us, many of us were getting different complaints and telling people like, oh, you can't go in here, I hunt here. Well, just like you said, this property is by taxpayers, and there was money that was given from the town and from the county and the state. So we need some regulation to know what is going on. And that's, I think, our concern of this council truly is the safety and that it's done properly. And there's certain areas where there's schools nearby, there are homes, entrance to it. There's some places where we have a lot of green acres. Luckily, I'm very proud of that. But there's not even parking areas. So when you go hunting, you need a permit, and you need to have it in your car also. And it has to be on you when you're hunting, so they can look at these cars and say that, match it up. They know who's in that woods. So there's a lot involved with it, and I think a lot of research should go into it. And then we have to decide or designate certain areas if we feel that this is appropriate. But I just don't think we can just say, oh, you can go hunt everywhere. You can't. You can't. You need to be able to have oversight and control, and it truly is about safety. And that's the most, concern.
And where we've had safety concerns and complaints we've had, we've posted that property, no hunting. In some locations where we received a number of complaints.
And I will tell you personally, my property backs up to open space. I've had people put tree stands on my property. And it's just amazing. Like, I go hiking through there and I'm like, wow, they don't even know the parameters that they're supposed to be in. I like goats and everything, horses, and it's scary. So to me, we have to be vigilant, but to me, overall, it's to be safety first. And when it's not posted and you don't know that other people have permits and parking and not treating the land well, that's what I want. I want to preserve open space, and I want to have respect for our environment on all levels, for the animals, the trees, the hunters are great conservation members, really. They are concerned about it, but when they can run amok and no one knows what anyone's doing, that's the concern. So I think we have to put some time into this and identify certain areas if we want to hunt there. I know actually farmers in our town, they allow the hunters on their property. Now that's private property. You could, they want the hunters there.
And that's a permit process they have to go to also.
Yeah, there's a permit process, but they follow the rules. That's the whole thing. And, but really, the county does do a terrific job of overseeing this. And in Middlesex County, no one should be worried that they can't hunt. We have 7 locations right here. And you go to Middlesex, Monmouth, it's like right next door. You can go there and get a permit in Monmouth County also. So I urge people to follow the rules, and safety is paramount.
Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, I agree. This should be about safety. I've received numerous complaints over the year. One time, a resident said there were hunters in their backyard, and I had heard about the incident when the bullet had gone into the home as well. So I think we should let Casey look into it and let him come back to us, and then we can make a decision from there, because we don't want hunting near homes. I mean, because a bullet could go into a house. So I worry about kids playing in woods and things like that. So I think we should wait till Casey comes back, and then we can make a more informed decision.
Okay. Anyone on Mr. De Palma, and then Mrs. DeCaro?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, Casey, we're going to add to your job description. You're now going to be a hunting land identifier, as well as apple tree cutter. But yeah, no, I think having folks and having us identify where the hunting grounds could potentially be on our that's important, because if we own a 1 acre parcel, like next to Cedar Ridge, right? It's a smaller parcel versus a 25, 30 acre parcel somewhere. Totally different area, different types of things could happen. I definitely think we should identify the places that should be hunted and can be hunted safely so that we can let our residents know and folks that want to utilize that to come in. And Dr. Greenberg said it best. Most hunters are conservationists, right? Most hunters are not going into the woods and taking 5 doe and just trying to decimate. They're taking 1, they're taking 2. It's really maintaining the population of the wildlife. So I think I agree with, getting out there, identifying that land, and then coming forward to us and giving us a plan as to what we should do going forward. And so we could all talk about that and then agree upon it.
Mrs. DeCaro?
Okay. So many thoughts. First, I guess my first question is, can you, Mr. Shaw, we do have, the county does allow hunting on there on like Phillips Park, things like that, yes? Correct? So we do. So the people that want to hunt do have the access to hunt safely, correct? Okay. If anybody knows me very well, I am not a fan of hunting at all. Okay, it's a personal belief of mine. It's always been a personal belief of mine. I very much am. I agree with the safety issue. I think it's a huge safety issue. And I also, I'm an animal lover. I know other people are as well. And I don't believe in hunting personally. That being said, as a council member, I have to make a decision that's best for the citizens of Aldridge. But I do think that I think we have enough areas for those people that want to hunt to be able to hunt. I don't see why we need more areas. That's just my opinion right now. And to say that, we don't want to be the Wild West here. We're a nation of laws. Freedoms are freedoms, but, people deserve to have safety. And so, I'm willing to have the conversation. I know how I personally feel about it, but I'm certainly willing to have the conversation and get more information. But I definitely, I'm not a fan of it personally. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else on my left? No? Okay, all right. I'll just close the comments also by saying I think we need to have a little more direction for people that want to hunt. And we have to decide as a group how we're going to set this up and what parameters there's going to be. The town has grown significantly, and the safety, again, not to, but it is the important issue here. And I think we do have to address it. We can't just let it go the way it is, because obviously people are not following safety first. So if Casey will come forward and give us, some direction as to what properties, and then we can decide as a group whether or not we want to proceed and what parcels, if any, and how to go about doing this so that the township is safe and the residents feel comfortable with what's going on. Thank you. All right, next will be ordinance amending the code of the Township of Albridge, specifically Article 1, Recreation Fees, Section 160-1, Ice Rink Fees. Good evening, Matt.
Thank you, Council, for having me. I know it seems like every time I'm up here, it's an increase in fees. Last time I was up here, it was for our before care and aftercare program, which is a self-sustaining operation. And I'm up here again tonight for our ice arena. That is also another operation of ours that is self-sustaining. Operating that arena has gotten more and more expensive, just like operating anything, if it's a grocery bill or anything like that. Last time I came to you for ice arena fees was when I came for an increase in our hockey fees. That was kind of during COVID, and that was, we knew that we were going to be able to run our hockey program at that point. We were unsure about everything else due to the limits that were put on us by the state as far as how many people were allowed in our structure and if it would be worth us doing public skating and lessons and things like that. So we were able to bring them back last year, and we're looking to bring them back this year. What I had given you guys is backup. Our regular rates that we were looking to go for our admission rates for our public skating, we're looking to raise those basically $1 each across the board. So if you were an adult resident paying $7, you would pay $8. The only other difference from that was skate sharpening. We wanted to up that from $6 to $8. The cost of skates has gone up dramatically, and we recently did get a new skate sharpening machine. There's not many rinks that offer skate sharpening in their arena. They might tell you to go someplace else. So the fact is, if somebody goes there, they can get them sharpened and go right on the ice there. When it comes to our lessons that we offer, if you guys saw the backup in there, even with our increased fees in there, we are still marketably less than anybody else. Like if you break a cost of a lesson down for a resident in Albridge right now, they would pay $9.38 per lesson. When you look at Middlesex County, that's $20.57. Union County's $25, Essex County's $25, Woodbridge is $22, Jersey Shore is $30, and Pro Skate is $25. So we're significantly under that. And I know when I came here for the increase in fees for our full-day summer camp, I do like to show you guys the public and private. That's why I give you some of the county ones. I give you Woodbridge, which is similar to our municipal operation, and then Jersey Shore, which is the most expensive at $30.71 per lesson. Obviously, that's a private entity there. So it's not something that, we don't ever like to come in and raise fees. But like I said, every portion of our operation, from our employees to the Freon that we use to basically keep our ice. This year, just to open up and start our arena, we got 3 30-pound cans, $5,000. Look back in 2019, those same cans, $1,100. And that's just to kind of get us started. We've obviously we did our startup of our rink the first day of school, September 6th. We're already over there building ice and everything like that. So if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, I have one. I don't know if you were here when I have a question, but I don't know if you were here when the ice skating rink opened, but when it first opened, an Albridge resident couldn't even get on it. It was all New York and all the big hockey teams and stuff. Are they still coming down here and stuff?
When it comes to our hockey, 98% of our hockey time is just our junior nights program.
So it's from Albridge.
It's just
that was my question.
Just our junior nights program. Obviously, the high school uses it for their practices and for their games, but the amount of rental space that we have is nowhere near what it used to be many, many years ago. I know when we had the Wings, when I was a kid, we had the Wings. It wasn't run by the Township, but they would rent that space from us. And I know the time in between when the Wings were no longer in operation and the junior nights, there was a year or two, which predates me being here, that the office staff was calling around everybody trying to get that revenue up for the rentals.
Okay, you answered my question. Thank you.
Matt, when the increase that you're looking to do, it's like for ice skating lessons and stuff, is it for this season or is it for?
It's for this season.
So even though I guess it's Thursday, is when the fall.
I'm pretty sure that's
So
the
will
fall
it
program.
affect the folks that are for the fall, or it will be for the winter?
It will probably be most likely. We're looking to get it for the winter.
Okay. Thank you.
Else on my left? No? Anyone on my right? Okay. If no one else has any questions, would it be a pleasure to move it to first reading? Okay. Take a motion.
I'll move it to first reading.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Biscotti and second by Mr. Murphy.
So roll call vote to move the ice skating rink fees to first reading with a public hearing set for September 27, 2022. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes.
Councilperson Pasquitti.
Yes.
Councilperson Walker.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
9 yeses.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Thank you guys for your time.
Next will be council comments.
Councilperson DeCaro.
Hi, yes. First, I'd just like to say that as my first year on the council, I was honored to participate in the memorial honoring those members of our Albridge family who lost their lives on September 11th. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I just want to say that they are always in our hearts, and, you know, God bless those families. On another note, I'd like to just welcome back all our students. Fall is in the air, and pumpkin spice latte people are very happy. And, you know, it's very happy. I love this time of year. It's a wonderful time. You know, the football games are going. You know, like I said, pumpkin season is up, so welcome back to all the students. The next thing I want to ask is there any, has there been any follow-up to the discussion that we had regarding the speeding on Phillips Drive and, you know, some of the things, the action items that we had discussed? I was just wondering, you know, what has transpired since our last meeting?
I believe the next day there was enforcement measures taken, and they've been taken since.
Okay. Okay. Was there any, because I know that Ms. Shapiro was going to be looking into some things, checking out.
We have a continuous internal discussion on that, and one of the things I like to do is have the, probably next meeting, public safety, the fire, first aid, police, to be here and explain. I think they have done this explanation why they're concerned about the humps and bumps and any of those things on the road that could be cause a real problem to delivering the safety. And so I like them. I'm going to invite them to come here and explain. There are other measures that we are taking to see how we can expand the traffic control, particularly not on a highway but in local roads. So we'll be coming to the council in near future about that, you know, program that we are looking into that. So the only thing is to be cautious is that whenever there is an idea of circles on existing road creating to slow down the traffic, has tremendous cost associated with that, because you have to make sure the length of the, you know, the width of the road are appropriate. And Nicole is not here, but she can do a better job explaining. But also then we might have to acquire more properties from the people on the road that may not be willing to, and then council will have to do condemnation process, which is not something this council ever entertained. So that's a problem. The next problem is that whenever you put something like that, there is continuous noise. So which homeowner is willing to accept those kind of a noise? So those, you know, those are the basic concern. Then there are safety concern that I like public safety people to explain to the council. And I know, I've been here a long time, this issue has come up before, and they have come forward and requested, and that's why the ordinance does not permit those things.
So I'm sorry, you said you were gonna try to get them to come at our next meeting?
I'm gonna try next, you know, next meeting. I don't want you to hold me, and next is availability of all of them together to come here, and they can express their same concern that they have expressed before.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Councilperson DePalma?
Yes. Congratulations again to the 6 officer promotions. You know, on behalf of probably all of us up here, thank you all, and thank the entire police department for protecting our community. So congratulations again. Also, now that we are back in the school year, I hope all our students are getting back into the swing of it. As a reminder to everyone who is driving next to or behind the bus, the stop signs are not a suggestion. They are a stop sign, right? Please watch out for the students that are crossing the street. especially some of our younger ones who are just getting used to getting on the school buses. This is something that is extremely important. Over the last, 6 days now, I've seen a number of cars slam on the brakes when they see a bus. Some of the cars trying to beat out the stop sign coming out. Please slow down. Be very, very cautious, especially around some of our neighborhoods. There are kids that have not taken the bus, are not used to folks trying to get around big yellow objects in the street as they're trying to get on it. So please be careful. And also, as always, please be careful on all the township roads. The accidents happen. We want to make sure that all our residents get home safe. Also, the last thing, this past weekend on the September 11th anniversary, as always, it's kind of a somber day. It's amazing how you could, at least for me, I could remember every single thing about that day, from how crystal clear it was to who I was with. And there are days that I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. The one thing, what we do in this town and what a lot of towns do is making sure that we remember. Mayor Henry just spoke about how some of the students that were there, whether they were in the orchestra or that they were part of the choir, they weren't even around at the time, right? Making sure that those students remember not only the memory of that day, but the memory of the folks that passed. So please keep that going. 21 years has gone by in a flash, and I still remember all the people that I lost, and I'm sure everyone will always remember those that they lost, but we need to make sure that our future generations understand the severity of that day. Just like, we talk about Pearl Harbor, D-Day, and all of that. Please keep it going and keep those folks' memory in your heart. Thank you.
Councilperson Desai.
No comment.
Councilperson Garcia.
Yes, thank you. Yes, congratulations on all the promotions, all the police promotions. You guys earned it. Good job. Thank you for your service and all that, fun stuff. Also, don't forget the 24th, Saturday 24th is Albridge Day, 12 o'clock. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilperson Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes, I just want to wish all the students a good year. Study hard. Enjoy it. It goes fast. You're going to miss these years. So, pay attention. The next thing also that we see tonight when prices go up, it's unfortunate that we're all feeling it in every way. And this pot that we get, it can only go so far. And all the costs are going up. And when you think of things, down from the federal and the state level, fuel, it affects everything that we do. And it's really out of control. The numbers came in today for inflation. It's terrible. And I know that people are suffering. So if there's any way to help your neighbors, and I know with the holidays coming up, it's a difficult time. And we'll have to be, always cognizant of that. Also, I just want to make it clear with the hunting, the parks that are the county parks, there are designated areas. Not that, they want people to walk through it, but if you know that area, be safe. As far as hunting, I could never, kill an animal. I can never hunt, but I understand there are hunters. And I just want it where it's appropriate. If 7 parks in Middlesex County is not enough, I don't understand that. And the ones that are designated in Middlesex and Monmouth County and our surrounding counties. But with that said, I do understand it. We want to do it appropriately and safely. So I wanted to reemphasize that. And also, other council members mentioned with 9/11, we should all never forget because it affected us all. Our freedoms were attacked that day. And it's sad that 21 years later that we're in the situation that we are, that nationally, I just don't feel safe. And it happened then, and we were warned. And the fact is that Americans are free people. We didn't want to go around with turning around what was coming over our shoulders. We were told many times that our planes weren't safe. We were told these things, but we believed in freedom so much that we thought it couldn't happen to us. Well, that day, people just went to work. They were going on with their normal life, and their life was wiped out. And it is true when you see kids that weren't born that day, or the kids that I knew of the families in Albridge, how young they were. And now when we saw them at another ceremony, they're all grown up. And how all the things that they missed in their life. All of us for just being free. So freedom has a cost, and it's very sad. Thank you.
Councilperson Murphy.
Yes, thank you. I have to just kind of comment on what the other people said. The kids are back in school, and safety is the main issue. Just watch the way you drive, watch all that. I've met a lot of courtesy school bus drivers, but some of them out there are a little crazy themselves. So just, you got to drive defensively when they're out there. I applaud all the promotions for the cops. And this is my favorite time of the year. I love the fall, the changing of the leaves and everything. And I didn't weigh in on the hunting because I'm not a hunter. And, you know, I understand the population of the deer, but I couldn't kill anything. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Councilperson Pasquini.
I just pray that we don't get to the position in our country that we don't have any food in our stores and we have to hunt. You know, because you don't know, because it may come to that. You know, we don't know, right? So just keep that in mind. And, you know, it's not that I'm saying it's a free-for-all. We definitely need restrictions around residential areas and certain parks. I was surprised to hear that you can hunt in parks because that's where people recreate, right? Yeah. So, but I just didn't want anybody to think that I was just thinking about a free-for-all. I know that there are certain parcels that we should have an ordinance for no trespassing and no hunting because it's too small. But we do have plenty of land in Albridge. So just keeping everybody in mind. And of course, safety is first, of course. All right. Thank you. Also, kudos to the officers. You guys do a great job. Thank you.
Councilperson Walker.
Yeah, I just want to apologize for not coming to the 9/11 ceremony this year. It's the first time I've missed it. Well, my husband's been in the hospital for 3 months, and we had an emergency, and I couldn't make it, and I just want to apologize because I personally knew some people that had passed away that day. Also, I want to know about the volunteer incentives, if we're moving forward with coming up with some volunteer incentives.
Yes, we will bring that back on the forefront, and hopefully before year end we can come up with some ideas that we can do. I think it's there are some issues that we want to have make sure legally we can do it. So.
Okay, thank you. And congratulations to all the police officers. And thank you for the great job you do.
Council President Sohar.
Yes, thank you. I too want to congratulate everyone. I think it's just wonderful that we have promotions and people feel like, they're being recognized, and they are, and they're being appreciated. Also, I just wanted to say I did also attend, naturally, the 9/11, and it was very moving. I wanted to thank the mayor, administration, recreation, public works, everyone who participated and always makes it such a moving and day of reflection. And one of the speakers said always we should think of things as we did maybe on September 12th when we all came together and were thinking of each other. So it was very moving. Also, I attended another really nice ceremony. It was for Ron Mazzola. He was a wonderful gentleman. They named the booth after him, the announcer booth, and it was so well deserved. He was the voice of Albridge. Anybody, I mean, my daughter was the marching band. She was in the marching band, and we used to go all the time. And he was just fantastic. He made the kids feel good, the people feel good. I think he's somebody who's going to be so missed by everyone. So that was just a really, really beautiful, beautiful ceremony. So I just wanted the family to know. I think that was just so special. So thank you very much. Ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Made the motion. And second. Roll call. Councilperson DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilperson DePalma?
Yes.
Councilperson Desai?
Yes.
Councilperson Garcia?
Yes.
Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Councilperson Murphy? Yes. Councilperson Pasquitti? Yes. Councilperson Walker?
Yes.
Council President Sohar? Yes. Meeting adjourned.
Yes, thank you. Good evening. Have a nice evening.